So there was just this conference in San Diego a month ago, roughly, I think. There was a lot of that stuff, of course, live in there, on stage or in person, but a lot of these were recorded and streamed live and are available still on Salesforce Plus. So some of these that you can see in here are from the data fam or from the community as well. So it's not kind of sales pitches or necessarily talking about new features in the product per se, but a lot of tips and tricks. And when it comes to the products itself, when it comes to AI, when it comes to how to use the different tools that Tableau have, basically. So obviously, I would like to highlight where do you go? Mic drop tremendous Tableau tips, because I'm doing 1/3 of that one. Really fun tips and tricks on Tableau. And this year I was also part of the Tableau tip battle. I'll show you some stuff from there as well, because I'm doing every Wednesday I'm doing on X the tiny Tableau tip, very tiny Tableau tip. But I've seen over the years, or when I've done this now for some time, that even people who've been using Tableau longer than me, or even as long as me, there's so many hidden features in Tableau that people don't know about that can save you a lot of time, and some of them are just cool or fun, but still. So I came to the final and I lost. So I'll show you what I lost with afterwards as well. So this time it was in San Diego and not in Vegas. When I traveled to Vegas last year, 24 hours after I left my home in Bergen, I was at the hotel in Vegas. This time I found some better flights. So Bergen, Copenhagen, Los Angeles, and then just a train ride down to San Diego. It only took me 17 hours. So it's a better place. And it's going to be in San Diego also next year. Those of you who haven't planned your before summer vacation. I had some time first in Vegas and saw this nice star with somebody named Bergen. So I had to take a picture because I live in Bergen. And then on the Sunday, there's always some pre-games at these conferences, or they call them pre-games, but basically the San Diego user group had a meetup, free drinks, free tacos, and a lot of fun people. Data and tacos. For those of you who've been into the Tableau world, you probably know some of these faces, or maybe you know. I don't know if you know, but I know. You know one, obviously, but we have 5 visionaries actually over here, and some user group leaders and so on. And then after the Data and Tacos, there was Data plus Women meetup, which Annabelle over here organized. Once again, a lot of people coming over to just talk and be excited about the conference coming up. So these 3 days of the actual conference, there's a lot of things that happen. So it's quite busy days. When you get the agenda, you go through, then you put in your favorites, and then you get the times like a couple of weeks later. Then you have 3 sessions at the same time all the time, because there's so much stuff you would like to see. Luckily, a lot of it was recorded because you have no time at all to see everything. You can do a lot of hands-on training. Some people spend some time doing that as well. And then there's some of these like Iron Race, True to the Core, and the keynote that are always exciting. So from the keynote, before I went to the keynote on the first day, me and these 2 ladies over here, we had our first presentation, and I love the swag. So I went to the shop in the morning, and the line was, I think there was like 250 people in the line. And go slowly forward. I have like a lot of stuff that I needed to buy. And then I realized I will never be done with my shopping before I have to be on stage to present. And then I just said to one person who worked there, "Excuse me, but I'm going to be on stage soon. Can I cut the queue?" And I could. So I have a lot of more T-shirts and hoodies. And this year, the Tableau people are a bit like the Swifties. There was a lot of these bracelets. Is it bracelets? Yeah, is that what they call? Yeah, a lot of those who switching around, and people were. One guy had his daughter and wife creating like 2,000 of those and brought over before the conference. So that's fun. For our presentation, by the way, we had to repeat it the next day, which was fun. There was a queue all the way out on the somewhere else. So it was roughly 600 people each day that attended our session on Tableau tips. So that was fun. Hopefully we are allowed to come back next year. Some of the things that Jeremy mentioned, there's Tableau is doing a lot of stuff, adding a lot of stuff. And when you go to a conference, you will be presented with what they've done, of course, and what's coming in the future. And some of these things like Tableau Pulse and this AI and Einstein Copilot, etc., you see over here when it's going to be released. GA means that it is available. 24.2, which will be released very soon, before summer. Tableau have said. I don't know necessarily exactly when it is. I'm going to talk about a couple of these things, and then what is coming in the future. So there's a lot of these good things that will come. Of course, the Tableau Pulse that was mentioned. I've been to several customers, and they that are on cloud, and I say, "Have you started using Pulse?" And they, "What is Pulse?" They don't know about it. I show them, and then suddenly they realize that this is really fun. And the same thing when prep came, it was really good, but it lacked some capabilities, and you couldn't schedule and so on. But it will come eventually, just like this Pulse thing. That's a own web page basically on the server or on cloud, where you can build these pulses. You can get them on email or on your phone. And then, but I would like to put them in my dashboard. You can't do that today, but that's something that was presented at the conference where you can also add them inside of your dashboards, so you don't have to build these on your own. And then the Copilot, that's pretty neat. If you are a bit new to Tableau, either prep or desktop, you can actually just write a sentence, and Tableau will show you the calculation, or in prep or in Tableau, or will even build you something, and then you can adjust accordingly. But only for cloud. Pulse is free and included. Einstein will cost some money. I have to talk with Per afterwards if he knows the pricing. I don't know it yet, but that will come. So Tableau Pulse, I'm not going to talk more about that. Copilot, I mentioned this one. And this is the roadmap for the Copilot, that you see that they are evolving this all along. This is the new oil for Tableau, basically. But are you on-prem? Move to the cloud. Or wait till it actually comes to on-prem. But that's something that I don't think will be a focus. One thing also Jeremy talked about when we say that Power BI is free. If you're using Tableau Public, that is free. It has some limitations too. You can't connect to all kinds of data sources, and until now you have to publish it on Tableau Public, but now you can also have local file saving, so you can save locally as well. So that's going to be really good for those who are using Tableau Public as well. But Tableau, as the Tableau desktop and prep, is actually free for students as well, same as Power BI. Power BI is. There's a lot of universities and high schools. That's the same as universities, isn't it? They are in Norway that are using Tableau, so the students use it for free. Something that will come now in 4.2 is Vis extensions. So now, if you have struggled to create Sankey charts, or you would like to create bee swarm charts, or all those charts that nobody understands, but they look really cool and sexy, now you can do that with just drag and drop in Tableau. And it's really cool. I've seen and used some of these myself in the beta, and it's really fun and engaging. Problem is, of course, if people don't understand a bar chart, or if you go or create a scatter plot, and then suddenly you are making radial charts or something really exciting, it's really sexy, but if nobody understands it, then you have to be a bit careful. But sometimes it's maybe one way to go to engage people as well. If they see something that is really, I don't know, colorful, moving around, and then they are engaged, and then they click into your dashboards, and then you create the boring ones that actually give them some insight.
So did they buy this from the infographic? Was it info?
No info topics and Mr. Tristan Gulvin Ladedavis. They have their own extensions that you can basically go into your Tableau desktop, click on this one, and all the way down it says this extensions. You go to the extension gallery, and then you find the ones Tableau have created, info topics with the super tables and right back.
So they are the same extensions we're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
But now they're available inside of Tableau desktop.
Yeah. Okay.
So most of these are. Free. Oh, sorry. Am I not? That's a really good thing, Rupinder. Why didn't you say that before? Or you did, but I didn't see it. Sorry, my bad. Because he asked about, can I share my screen? And I do to everyone. That's why you should have been here, right? So that's my fault. Sorry about that. Now you can see it, hopefully. So this extensions, a lot of fun stuff. For those of you who love to do relationships in Tableau, until soon, which will be the next version, we could only have one starting table, and then you can build your star schema or whatever. Now you can actually have multiple starting tables. They can relate to each other, across each other, and so on. So that's going to be also a game changer when it comes to building your data models. So the lines in here are called, the Tableau called them the noodles, the relationships. Now we have the hamburger, the internal name of it. Really love food, those Tableau people. Jeremy mentioned this data cloud. This is a place where, especially I think, if you are using a lot of Salesforce and you have multiple clouds where you have your data, not all of them are incorporated directly from Tableau, or you can connect to them, but you can't do a prep flow on the server. You can't do extracts. Well, you can do extracts, but you can't do schedules. Then you can use put your data into or through the data cloud. So that's something that's coming, costing money, of course. If you're using Databricks, Tableau is expanding the relationship or partnership with them, so it's even easier to get data from there. And that company we have talked about a bit today. Now you can even get your visualizations inside of Teams and not just Slack, since that's a Salesforce product. So that's a benefit for the companies that are using Teams. And there will be also integration with Fabric. So you guys don't have to switch to Power BI.
Does that mean PowerPoint as well?
PowerPoint is still not there, no. But there's a third-party app you can download, and then you can have live Tableau dashboards inside of PowerPoint. Really? It's been available for many years.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, but why should you have data in PowerPoint when you can have them in Tableau? There's something called Data Connect. That's also where you can synchronize data between on-prem and cloud data sources. So this is more for if needed, if you have data on multiple platforms as well. As it says, available now, but to does it say, to some type of the SKU customers, the big ones. So not necessarily all of you. There was 6,000 data participants at the conference this year. It's not as much as it was in 2009 in Vegas, and it was 19,000. We thought it was a big conference till we took a taxi and we said we were at the big conference, and they said, then it's 100,000 people. Then that's a big conference. But this is some pictures from the Arnvis, from the keynote, the bracelets again, and there's always somebody who. Now I realized when we take the group photos, I have to be a bit more in the front than in the back. But we had the data village up on the right-hand corner. That's where you can walk around to different booths to talk with. You can book sessions with Tableau doctors. So if you have a problem with something, you can bring your laptop and you can get help. You can talk to the developers. If you know that our company is doing something, but it's not supported with Tableau, you can talk with them and they hopefully listen and can then see if that's something that they can put on the roadmap as well. So this is the visionaries and ambassadors and user groups from all over the world that were in this picture. So for the ones in the room that can find me, they will get some Tableau swag. From the ones who are online, you can send this on email. You're just pointing, right? It's there. Blue shirt.
Middle. Second row, yeah.
This one.
Down,
this
down.
one. No, this
Now
one.
you're playing.
So wait, you were first, right?
Oh, let's say yes.
Yeah, you will say yes. Cool. Once again, I'm the only Norwegian at this conference. I was that the last year as well. The year before, there was a bit more, but there's not that many people from the Nordics that are traveling that far and long for 3 days plus. So hopefully next year.
Is that the only reason, or is it something to do with the deployment of Tableau in the Nordics?
I think it's mainly because of the long travel and the cost. Because in 2019 there was a lot more before the pandemic. But I have some good news for you that I will share in the end of this presentation when it comes to not going that far away. And the biggest reason to go to these conferences is, of course, to learn, to connect, and the fear of missing out is always big because there's so much fun stuff to do. So info topics that you mentioned before, Atle, they had a boat trip where Dr. Klaus, Professor Klaus Schulze, he is now working with them. And they were presenting super tables and a lot of new of these extensions that they're doing. So we went on a boat trip in the San Diego harbor. We went to a visionary and ambassador meetup where we went to Balboa Park. So we actually managed to see something else than the conference. That's always fun. And then there was the tip battle, Harry Potter theme. That's really cool, right? So when I was in LA, I had to buy some glasses and a hoodie and brought my daughter's wand from Norway. But some people went a bit further than me. I was more focused on trying to win the whole thing. But this is the thing that I showed. I can show you also in real life what it actually is. Because we did some tiny tips, one against another, and then you went through to the next round. And the Flurridge twins, they were, and the last year's winner was in the jury. And then I think I'm just gonna, and then in the final we had 10 minutes, me and the other participant, to build something with Harry Potter data that should be something that they liked. Then I created this Marauder map. So for those of you who know Harry Potter, there's a map that is, moving around. Yeah, I think I'm still sharing. And then you can cast the spell Lumos, and it's a bit slow on public, unfortunately. But then you can move around like this with your. And at the presentation, I didn't manage to do that before, but I was planning on switching my cursor to be actually a wand as well. So this came second. I get 1 out of 3. 1 out of 3 votes. So the damn Flurridge twins. I'm never going to talk with them again. Sorry, the other way around. The RMViz, the biggest Viz competition in the world, for Tableau at least. There's a lot of people earlier or last year that there was the data plus movies. That was the theme. So people are sending in their visualizations. So I'm not sure if there are like 300 people from all over the world. Nobody from Norway attended. And then there was 20 people, me included, that went through all of these. Not all of them, but we had our some parts of it. Gave them a score, and the 10 best were presented by Tableau. And the 3 best, Jessica, Chris, and Pata, was then on stage presenting, building a new dashboard in 10 minutes about this internet movie database. So I had 20 minutes to build a dashboard. Chris was way better than the other ones. I liked his the best, and he also won. This is Chris's IMDb Explorer. So basically, he built this, and he talks about, gives some storytelling about how it looks like. So all of these are available on Tableau Public. This is Jessica, and the fantasy, that's actually a visualization. All of these are data points on top of each other, building all the data, all the movies that she was looking at. And then you had Pata, where we had, that was the Sue Visser, Peter Jönsson from Tableau. He was helping her on stage this year. But there will be RMAs next year. There will be everyone is eligible to participate, and if you win, you get $15,000 and a free ticket for next year. So just go on. If you want to learn more about Tableau, the Trailhead. If you don't have a Trailhead user already, which is the Salesforce equivalent of Tableau training, basically, there's a lot of these badges and a lot of learning that you can do, and they are now incorporated Tableau Public inside of Trailhead. So I've done some of these as well. I was part of the beta testing and tested it, and it looks pretty good. And then you can get to these different type of badges that you can showcase on LinkedIn or whatever to your boss. Say that now I know the Tableau data model. I need more money, better salary. Tableau Public, I've added a lot of stats. If you don't have a user on Tableau Public, I would ever want to have one, just because then you can favorite and follow a lot of people that are building a lot of good stuff. But now they also added a lot of stats if you're interested only for your own sake. But I see that there's a lot of Norwegian Tableau users or companies, organizations, they have their own Tableau Public profile, so they can embed their visualizations on their web page or put it in a news article or something. And it's free. It's Tableau Public. You can do a lot of stuff there. You're part of a Tableau user groups, and that's why you're here today. The Norwegian one, there's 500 user groups and growing on all kinds of different topics. A lot of them are virtual. We are trying to do the hybrid because I like to meet people as well. And there's no point having these Norwegian ones, I think, virtual. I mean, it's good for people other places than Oslo, but it's nice to actually meet people as well. By the way, Kim Lee, she is a visionary. She came to the Iron Race 2 years ago, didn't win, but she beat me at that tip battle thing. There's a lot of community projects as well. If you want to learn more about Tableau, just be part of any of the community projects. If you get stuck and you don't have a friend to call, you can go to the forums. If you have kids, Tableau has its own data and kids initiative. So instead of them going to school and drawing the statistics like my daughter did, okay, we put the data in Excel and import it into Tableau, and she could build graphs instead. So much more fun. Sign up for the Viz of the day, so you get a Viz every day on your email. Talked about the user groups. I think I have a couple of more pictures in the end. In the data village, there was this data fam explained. So some people talked about community projects. Some talked about data to what's it called, pledge for data or something. I talked about user groups at this village, as you can see over there. That also got me inspired to do something that I will share very soon. And since I work for a partner of Tableau, we also had this executive brief where we could listen to all the new cool stuff with a lot of men in suits from all over the world. And this is the CEO and president that's taking a selfie. If you can find me in this picture, then you can also get a It's not that easy to find me there, I guess. But if you look at all these men in suits, there's only one that wears a cap.
Och höj lite högre. Ta fingrarna så just det. Och lite på. Där
But on the last day, the panel on the right-hand side, that's the executives of Tableau, VPs and all those fancy titles. So they have the true to the core, where people can ask questions and they try to answer as honest as possible. There was a lot of this Tableau versus the other one questions and other stuff as well. I have to say sometimes it's a bit vague what they answer because they also are not allowed to say everything, obviously. But it's interesting to have all these, the marketing officer, the product managers and everyone in there, because they can get a lot of tough questions that they try to answer. I'm talking about this chief marketing officer. Yeah, that's on the next picture. This is something that I always do. I like to take selfies, but I didn't come to do the big one that I wanted, the bald men in data. So we have some down here. This is Peter Jönsson from Sweden. On the left-hand side, David Spezia. It's an old friend of me and Atle. He's now back in Tableau. And then now we have Matthew Miller that now works for Tableau. He's been to Norway multiple times. He is quite high up in the VP product thing. So if you have some questions, if you want something done, let me know and I'll let him know. This is the Iron Viz winner from last year. So when I came to LA, I was working in the customs, back and forth. There was like 15 lines. It was really boring. But then this guy looks at me and okay, walks past me, and I think I've seen him before. I couldn't remember. Then when he walks past me, the opposite, he says, "I know where you're going." Okay. But I had a data t-shirt on. So I saw him again. And then I realized, yeah, I remember him from winning the Iron Viz last year. And he started using Tableau, I think, 1.5 years before he won the Iron Viz. So it's possible for everyone to win this one. This guy I met for the first time, and he was, I don't know how people can say that we are alike, but the two ladies that I did the presentation with, I was a bit late to meet them at the bar. Someone came over and said, "I loved your presentations, Annabelle and Heidi, and you, Tore," said to him. He works for Toyota in the States. There is something called the Vizies every year. Matt Francis and Emily Kund, for the 9th year in a row, have multiple different categories where people are nominating user groups, leaders, content creators, newbies, and so on. So people from all over the world are nominating, and some people win. The reason why I have Tug of the Year is obviously because Norway user group is nominated. Content Creator and the Community Leadership Award, the reason why I have it is because my name is there. But didn't win anything. So this is the CMO, Chief Marketing Officer of Tableau. Me and Sarah from London, Heidi from Germany, and Zainab, who also now lives in London. We had a meeting because last year 3 of us organized Visit Berlin. The year before we organized Visit London because there's no Tableau user group, no Tableau conference in Europe anymore. And as you asked me earlier, well, there's no Visit invitation this year, and that's because, drum roll, Tableau with Emacs now has funding and a budget, and will have a data fam. It's going to be called data fam, but not user group. Sorry, conference in roughly November, most likely, 2 days in London. Closer, cheaper, better, I don't know. November in London versus April in San Diego, but it's closer at least. So we're going to have a meeting tomorrow where we're going to, because we're still going to be part of this to organize it. So you will be the first to know, at least the ones that are here. So hopefully we'll see each other in London later this year. The other one, this is made by something called OpenAI. So just a random, could you please make me a logo where we have data plus maps plus Tableau? Looks pretty cool, but we haven't decided. But the name is decided. So me and 3 other people from somewhere in the world, we are now building or creating a new user group, virtual one, about maps. Only maps, geography, spatial data, and so on. Starting in August. If Tableau approves it, we'll see. But everybody loves maps, right? So that's what the epiphany I got when I talked with one person from Mapbox in San Diego, when I complained about their map that they suck in Tableau these days, because Norway has now, put together, split these states again. So of course we are the stupid ones to do the splitting and combining all, but both Dropbox and Mapbox and Tableau are way behind. So if you open up a map today, you see that Viken is still there. But now I've talked with people, so it's on the top of the list. So hopefully it will be a bit faster than last time, because then it was September until they split. No, sorry, combined. That was what we did last time, right? So this is something that is coming. And I'm going to trying to rebrand my tiny Tableau tips into Tableau Jedi tips after the summer as well, if I have the time. So hopefully there was something inspiring from San Diego. Hopefully I see more people in San Diego next year, if I'm allowed to go by my wife, since this year it was okay. Last year it was Las Vegas, so I was coming home 12 hours before my firstborn's confirmation, being away for a week. Not very, don't do that again. Any questions about San Diego? Any of the features? No? Thank you, people online. I'll stop this recording, stop this sharing. And